The song is deeper because it isn't just saying, life is hard, but keep going. It's about the strange relationship between chaos, mental noise, gratitude, guilt, self-blame, healing, and personal responsibility. At the start, the rain is more than weather. It becomes a kind of emotional medicine. The narrator is overwhelmed by intrusive thoughts, and the sound of rain on the veranda creates white noise, strong enough to drown them out. That suggests the mind is usually too loud when the world is quiet. Peace does not come from silence here. Peace comes from an outside chaos that is louder than the inside chaos. That is why the line about someone's chaos helping them heal matters so much. A storm can damage, flood, unsettle, or frighten people, but for the narrator, it creates relief. That contrast shows one of the song's main ideas. The same event can be destructive for one person and healing for another. Chaos is not purely bad. Sometimes it interrupts a worse chaos happening inside the mind. Then the song shifts into guilt and perspective. The narrator recognizes they have a job, shelter, and family, while others do not. This creates emotional conflict. They are grateful, but still struggling. The line, "Don't get me wrong," feels defensive, as if they are worried their pain will sound ungrateful. That is very human. People often minimize their own suffering because others have it worse. But the song pushes back against that idea. It says everyone has battles, just different kinds. That does not erase privilege or hardship. It simply says pain is not always visible or comparable. Someone may be materially secure but mentally exhausted. Someone else may be fighting survival-level problems. Both are real, but they are not the same. The repeated section, "The only person stopping you," is both empowering and harsh. On one level, it is motivational. Stop waiting for someone else to save you. Stop blaming everything around you and become the change you need. "You're the light source" means the narrator believes power, direction, and transformation have to come from within. But there is tension in that message too. The song knows the world is unfair. It names systems and government, but still insists that blaming them cannot be the final answer. It is not saying external problems are imaginary. It is saying that even when the world is broken, you still have to decide what you will do with yourself. The storm fading into drips and droplets is a beautiful emotional transition. At first, the rain is loud enough to block everything out. Later, the static clears, and only small sounds remain. That mirrors a mental state after an emotional episode. The panic passes, the noise reduces, and you are left with quieter reflection. The storm that was becomes memory. The body and mind finally exhale. The line, "Even though I crave the chaos, I also crave this peace," is probably the emotional heart of the song. It admits a contradiction. Chaos hurts, but it can also feel familiar. Some people get used to crisis, drama, intensity, or emotional turbulence because it gives them identity, energy, or distraction. Peace is desired, but it can also feel unfamiliar or even uncomfortable. So the narrator wants calm, but part of them is still drawn to the storm. "Yeah, I messed up and that's okay," introduces self-acceptance. The narrator refuses to pretend to be perfect. They would rather admit fault than perform a fake version of themselves. That connects to the line about growing in darkness like mold. It is not a pretty image. Mold grows in damp, hidden, neglected places. So the lyric suggests, "My growth has come from dark conditions, mistakes, mess, and decay." But it is still growth. The ending becomes practical and blunt. Life will keep dropping problems at your feet. You cannot stop that. What you can do is clean it up, learn, move forward, and repeat. That rinse and repeat phrase makes resilience sound repetitive and unglamorous. Healing is not one big breakthrough. It is maintenance. You mess up, clean up, learn, continue. So the deeper meaning is this. The song is about someone realizing that peace is not the absence of chaos. Peace is the ability to survive chaos, learn from it, and stop letting it control your identity. The narrator is not fully healed. They are still conflicted, still craving chaos, still wrestling with guilt and intrusive thoughts. But they are also learning accountability, gratitude, self-acceptance, and resilience. That makes the song feel honest rather than purely inspirational. It does not pretend healing is clean. It says healing can be loud, messy, dark, repetitive, and still real.